Jag frågar, spelar kameran in fortfarande? Jag vill vara anonym. Skulle kanske gå fram och ställa några frågor så bara veta när man stänger av kameran.
We can walk, talk, celebrate life. We can be, right? Living peacefully and calmly, right? You know, I feel guilty for that. It's a surreal thing, but I feel guilty for being in the same place every day. And I think you all know why, if you are educated enough. I feel guilty that I can't change anything. That I can't protect my country because I'm not strong enough. I feel guilty that I have an opportunity to sleep in the night. I feel guilty that I can't work in a safe place and complain how tired am I after the shift. I feel guilty that I can't observe the sun that wasn't covered by the smoke from a missile strike. I feel guilty that I don't have confidence to talk about Ukraine to everyone I meet, because now it's getting even more dangerous and I can get judged or even hit by those who got under the Russian propaganda. I feel guilty about being useless. I'll tell you the secret. Every single Ukrainian feels guilty for being useless. Even if they're not useless at all. You know why? Because it's always not enough. Because we got used to being alone in our fight, with no support. We used to fight against the enemy who has built many obstacles on our way, such as lies, propaganda, intimidation of destruction, devaluation of our culture and nation, hateful attitude of other nations, and most importantly, indifference. The indifference of everyone around. Manipulation of masses is a very powerful weapon, which Russia has been using very skillfully for over 100 years. And now it's no exception. Russia managed to make you forget about Ukraine. They were shocked about the resonance in 2022, and it did not satisfy them. They expected that they would be able to occupy new territories again quietly as they did with Ukrainian lands in 2014. They expected that you would be silent and afraid again. But you did not keep silent. You have helped, and I'm sincerely grateful for you for that. I'm grateful for Sweden, what they do now. But unfortunately now, Russia is winning again in an informational war. Makes you fewer like rabbits again. Again and again, diverts your attention to something else, to strike again unexpectedly. And who knows which country will be next? Russia is already openly threatening the Baltic countries and Poland. Is this what we want? Is this what we are achieving by the silence and inaction? Is this the Europe that everyone wanted to rebuild after the Second World War? You know, World War II also started with the fear of aggressor and a policy of pacification. Nothing came of it, and it only got worse. Aggressor is an aggressor, and it wants only a blood. The only way out is to fight back. But it's getting harder and harder to fight back against the biggest weaponized country in the world for all alone. We're all so tired of loneliness. It's not just some kind of existential bullshit, it's a true statement. People in Ukraine are getting tired of being forgotten. People are getting tired of being locked inside of the walls of the war. The war they did not deserve. The war that is trying to break the spirit and demoralize us. We are also so tired of fighting with the wild minds. Because it's indeed feels like this. We are fighting with the wind miles day and night, and no one cares. We are making the Sisyphus labor. Because every time we are making successive changes, Russia is striking even harder. Every time we sing a national anthem, we sing a funeral mass after that. Every time when I am happy that the world finally knows where my country is, I also remember that it's happening only because of the war. Only because of the genocide that Russia is currently committing on my lands. Unstoppably. The last but not least. Do you remember what a Budapest memorandum is? Yes? No? I remind you. In 1991, Ukraine gave its nuclear weapon in exchange of guarantees for a peaceful and a democratic life for our country. Europe promised this to us. We gave away our super powerful and useful for defense weapons, and you guaranteed us a safety. And then as soon as possible our security is violated, you will intervene. Was it so? It was so. It was supposed to be so. In 2014 actually. Well, for some reason, it is not so. We are still fighting all alone, and we are not even allowed to strike back. I still have to call my sister and ask if today's attack did not affect the roof of her house. For some reason, I still see news about kidnapped Ukrainian children. For some reason, I still see photos of the destruction of UNESCO heritage in Crimea and beyond. For some reason, I still can't fall asleep before going to the bed, thinking about the Ukrainian prisoners who were illegally taken to Russia, who are being tortured and starved, who are not guilty for anything and just decided to defend its land. Those people are just like you and me, lawyers.